everybody, this is Joanna. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are going to have I'm just in a really chill vibe. Totally had an activation this morning and I feel so good. And I wanted to I wanted to offer, as my mouth is not working with my brain, but that's okay. That's okay. We're calling in all the fairies and the angels and all that we are in vibe with. We're also going to do a short at the end of our sound and sacred light language because I've got this really good vibe going on. We're going to pull a cosmic journey card, and we're also going to call the divine Alana Fairchild, love her. And she's a badass goddess deck. So I love that. And we say badass because that's what it's called. It's her badass divine goddess deck. Because right now, before these beautiful winter energies and before the end of the year, it's really a time for us to reflect on everything. For our whole entire lifetime, it's a really profound time right now for humanity to just really put everything on the table and really look at it with great honor and gratitude for everything that we've gone through and everything we've allowed ourselves to experience. Every moment is a beautiful experience and a journey and adventure with Source. And really stepping out of, which has been a big lesson for me, is stepping out of the need to control how anything and any one thing unfolds. Not to control or think we have to control the outcome and the satisfaction and the happiness of all of our children's lives, and making sure we're managing everything, the micromanager, energies that I come with as an Aries. All of those energies that really help us in ways. They're meant to be with us, those attributes and traits, but that we're allowing ourselves to really fall back in this beautiful spiritual soulful experience and just being mutable with Source, knowing that you've got the mastery, you've got the badass goddess and God energies, what is occurring on our planet as far as awakening, and anything that presents itself to you is meant to for a reason. To let go of the density and the limitation held within it, to let go of the programs that are held within it, because 3D is all about programs that we come with within our multidimensional bodies that we're each here to peel off and say that doesn't fit who I am anymore. And be okay with that mutability. You're meant to change. You're not meant to stay in old stagnant belief systems and familial and lineage traditions that don't suit who you are. Traditions are meant to work with us in the benevolence of our ever-changing spiritual journey. That's all that ever matters, because it's all one, who we are, spirit creating matter. And we're bringing those back into what did my tribe and what did my ancestors and what did my lineage really want me to take from this tradition? And this time of year is a great time to look at that. When we all gather for family dinners, what was the meaning behind that? And return back to the original essence, just like renewing of your soul. When you move through those big, huge transition times of letting go of old relationships, letting go of what doesn't serve you, letting go of outdated, unhealthy programs, doesn't matter what it's in, whether it's entertainment, whether it's buying into a system you no longer buy into, a magazine subscriptions you no longer buy into, whatever it is, everything is a program that allows you to further rewrite and provide that beautiful renewal of who you are as a soul, and allow it to be more magical moment for moment for moment, and to renew the essence and the underlying meaning and the foundation that is that divine relationship. What did my ancestors truly mean to offer us forward in those beautiful blessings and benevolence of their traditions? And that's really where we're renewing ourselves and allowing ourselves to be renewed, and to let go of the traditions that don't serve us in the ways that we want to as new souls. When I went through my own, I've been talking about for years now, just to really simplify the idea of Christmas and what that means for me as a spiritual person, and to truly step back and see if I can start rewriting what these things mean to me and bring in different experiences, because I have a different understanding and different experience of the birth date of Jesus, and the understandings that I know of Jesus and how I'm connected with him spiritually. And so I wanted to change and shift that. And so this year I didn't do any decorating at all, although I love decorating. It's one of my favorite times of year. And anybody that knows me knows I decorate in October. And I might do that next year when I get into my forever home. But, this year it was about, I'm just going to allow myself to be okay with not doing what I've always done. And so I'm okay with that, and I'm letting go of what it used to mean to me, and allowing however it unfolds with me and my kids to be however it unfolds, and then allow myself to change the traditions, because I'm going through a rebirth and a renewal right now, and I want it all to be new. I don't want to take anything from my past with me. my ancestors and all of the beings that are with me. And I come with a ton of ancestors from different planets and different tribes, different timelines. I mean, I'm so blessed with the ancestors that I come with. And they're showing me that there's so much that we create and we bring into this now moment that is from our ancestral tribe. So we don't necessarily have to feel guilty for letting go of those things that don't, necessarily have that spiritual meaning for us. And have that be okay. And oh yeah, we're also going to pull a rune. I've got some runes and we're going to pull a rune. So we'll see how much we get to. But we want to do a sacred activation today. So I'm in a really good vibe. I'm vibing. Thank you so much, spirit guides and all the beings that are working with me. I'm going through activations through which all of my higher self is coming down to the lower vibrational self. I say lower vibrational self because it's the only words that we have to experience and describe the physicality of our human ascension awakening program. And when you go through an activation, it's a spiral of experience. And we've talked about that before. We'll go into it in a different episode because I want to keep these short. But the higher self, the higher aspects of our Merkaba coding, if you will, is coming down to meet the lower self. And as you release all the density, that lower self raises up to meet that higher self as that sacred geometry. And it starts doing that oscillation twist like this in the dodecahedron and the Star of David and all of those beautiful sacred geometries that we are made of. And then you start incorporating the soul, your soul body. And that's what's called I've got it up on my screen here. When you start feeling as the trichotomy. The trichotomy is you start feeling the energy and the beingness. It's a vibrational beingness. It's an experience. It's not just a word that's meant in the mental body. And we talk about alchemy, and we talk about all that we talked about as the Christ consciousness vibration, and why I have the gifts and the skills that I do, because everything that I talk about and offer is a vibration. There's stories of vibration that's held within the Christ consciousness, within the water body, the chakras, and all that we are within the DNA that is Christ consciousness that allows us to link up into higher codes and programs of light. So when I say those words, they're actual stories of vibration. Trichotomy is the vibration of your spirit, mind, and body essence, and you're becoming more and more spirit, mind, and body, and why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling today. All right, spirit, way to go. Give me another one. Give me another one of those activations. I can go for that. And so we're going to do activation. And when I asked the teams and the guys, thank you for coming in. So we're going to do, those of us that I've been recently explaining, because they've given this to me last week, is that I'm a vibrational template vibrational weaver, however I want to say it, because I'm not used to using the words yet. And it doesn't really matter because I'm undefinable and I don't want to be defined by any one word. Thank you very much. I'm a vibrational template weaver, which means that I've come from many vibrational programs, and the encoding within me is of a multiverse perspective in which that I can sense into. And part of my future becoming is to really pay more attention to my vibrational fields and all that I am, so that I can begin to work with my skills and my gifts in a more heightened, masterful way, because my fields and my vibrations and all the gifts that I come with allow me to sense into the vibrational fields that I play within. So thank you very much, Spirit. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to all of my teams and my souls that are moving with me in this moment, so that I allowing myself to be the weaver of love and the weaver of the Christ consciousness that I am, to create these beautiful sounds and to thread into these beautiful fields of the becoming. Thank you, Holy Mother Father. Thank you, Holy Mother Father, and the Creator, and all creators of the Elohim and the Christ consciousness and the councils of light, the galactic federations, all of our guides here and now forward, that are allowing us to explore who we are in all the light programs, and just allowing yourselves to renew all of that you are as this beautiful epicenter of light. And you're coming back to the center of who you are and activating who you are as love and as joy. And the teams were giving me that these activations and these sound codes today will be to activate and to honor and to bless and to be this mutable, malleable, flowing, beautiful river. Thank you, guys, of the synchronicities and symbols and stories that are held within all that they're sending us. So that we're constantly being sent synchronicities, symbols, and stories within what we see. Our soul and our higher self creates through our vibration. Our excitement to create with Source, our excitement to be malleable and mutable with Source, creates what we see in our reality. So these activations will be to become more aware of, at a physical level, that you're threading into these fields of calling in, thank you, the beauty of who you are as spirit, and allowing yourself to understand the stories of the synchronicities. They're vibrational symbols, they're vibrational experiences. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Um, that spirit is communicating you, your higher self, your soul self, all that is creation, God, source, creator, the mother, the father, Gaia, all the elementals, all the fairies, all the pixies, the dolphins, everything that in creation that you're threaded with as a unique being. Because I have multiverse and other planetary experiences that I'm threading with, there's symbols and synchronicities that I offer myself so that I can see and remember and know that all of my celestial, all of my galactic omnipresent families are always with me. Because it's been part of my journey that I felt so lonely at, not understanding the full potentiality of my gifts and why that I felt and experienced what I did and why it was so unusual in comparison to all others. And many of the challenges I experienced was to understand that a part of my story and passion to help illuminate for the children that we're meant to completely release everything that we've been taught and told and the stories that we've been taught and told of limitation, because that's not who we are. They are the earthly experience and the beautiful story. It's a part of it, but it's up to each and every one of us through our sovereignty, through our own beautiful, unique devices and design, that we get to choose who we get to be. We get to choose how we express, explore, and experience ourselves. That is the gift of the Holy Christ, the Christ consciousness, the water body, all that we are as light beings becoming and creating in matter. And that is part of my passion to express the mastery and the magicianship that each child holds. They are the evolutionary magicians, and they are here to press out. And putting them in limited systems of stale and stagnant energies of teachings with their genetic brilliance is not serving them in any way. And neither are any of the socioeconomic structures that we're here to bring light to and infuse light to. So my intention, the beautiful soul intention of all that I am and all the beings that I come with, thank you, Spirit, is that we call forward anything that's in our bodies and our systems that is within our epicenter of light, that we can clear and cleanse and release now. All that is dense, all that is negative, all that is toxic, all that is anything that is not light and love, then we can choose in this moment. I choose with the purity of all that I am to release all that is not serving me. I choose to release all that is no longer serving me. All limitations, all energies that are not my fullest truth of expansiveness, of limitless potentiality, I choose to release it now. I am limitless. I am beautiful. I am sacred. All that is not limitless, please be gone now. All that is not the truth of who I am as a soul, for nobody to define but me and source, be gone now. Any projections I've taken on, please be gone now. Anything that is not pure perfection of who I am with source is pure unconditional love and light, so that I shine like the sun. Please be gone now. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. Anything that hinders me and limits me and holds me back, I release it now. I release all densities. I release all things that are ready to be released. I call all aspects of my wholeness in to be integrated. My wholeness be integrated in the love and the light and the blessing that I am. I call all of my consciousness. I call all of my power. I call all of my light to my holy center. Thank you, Holy Service, to all that is light, the councils in the Galactic Federation, Gaia, the Elohim, all that is beautiful, loving light, the Holy Christ. Thank you, Holy Lord Jesus, and all the masters and ascended masters, the archangels and the beautiful beings and the fairies and the gnomes. Please be with us as we create these sacred sounds and these movements, and know that these vibrational energies are from my heart to yours as the beautiful essence and the oneness of who we are as spirit, activating the codes of who we are, to understand the stories vibrationally of who we are within the all, to become aware of, to see, to sense, and to know in all ways the multidimensional systems through which we receive and send information and wisdoms, and through the sacred light of all that we are. Hiya mama kata ay ta shishiana the kata ayana shishiana the ka sia mama kata my shana the no sishima sia ma ta shishiana the no ma na ne na ma sia papa kata take shishima kata shishana the hiya mama kata siap mama kata ai mama kata sia mama kata oh ya mama kata niet niet mat niet niet mo siet net no mo it shishia Siama. Oh. Teshe. Oh, nice. Siama katake. My. Sia. Hoi. Nanam katake. Siana kataka. Oh, siama. Hi. Shaya mama kataka. Kataka. Hoi. Anaka. Shia. Hoi. Anaka. Sia. Hey. Takat. Shia. Takat. Shi. Anaka. Hat. Shia. Takat. Hi. Anaka. Shia. Anaka. Yamma. Shia. Huayanaka, Laimakataka, Lamakataka, Labakataka, Shishiataka, Siamait, Amait, Hyanaka, I Siamait, Wayanai, Tiasiamait, I amait, Shiama, Siamat, Moit, Ai, Huay and it is shy, might get my ish, Mamaka. This is your Mamaka. Take it the car. Thank you, Mamaka. Hi, Sis, Mamaka. Sis, Mamaka. Hi, at the cash, she at the car. Sis, Mamaka. Why at the car? I oh, Maya katakaya, esisiama, takea, haya pakataka, hia pakatakaya, hoya mama katakea, Maya takaya na, hea, na, hea, kete se amo, kete amo, kete se amo, katakea se ataka, haya mama kataka, take shushe amo katakea, hoya mama katake, sisiama katake, Siama makatake, Shashiana makataka, Yamakatake, Tkina makataka, Sisiat, Atke, I am Kata, Hetke, Atke, Ha makatake, Bakatake, Ha. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. That was so amazing. There was fairy collectives that were just they were just dancing and they were just and then there was a huge children collective just said come in and let us play and they were sprinkling fairy dust all over the fields and all over the vibrational fields and they were just like let us play. It was so wonderful. Thank you, children. Thank you, children. I'm so very happy that you came through. And so they were saying the fairies were just saying that I'm thinking I'm clearing now all that energy came through. Thank you. They were just saying that when you allow yourself to play and be joyful at your heart and just allow yourself just to be open and exploratory, you're actually receiving far more than you think you are. And then when you're at home and you're just about to drop to sleep, you actually activate what you picked up earlier in that day. So really being open and allowing yourself to play. Because we all know that when we're all stressed and when ego is trying to control everything, that our systems and our energy and our cells just shut down, and that's when energy does not flow. So it's really important that you allow yourself as much as possible and as often as possible just to ground all that you are, call in light, allow yourself to just bathe in the light that is, and allow yourself to be one with the planet and the fairies and the pixies, all creating all these beautiful love and these beautiful fields of light that are there's songs and vibrations for us to play with, and the children are vibrating all these beautiful codes and all these beautiful light council energies and these codes that are going into our beautiful it's like an omnipresent I don't know how to explain it, we don't have words. Okay, you know, like when you see like a really big spider's web and you accidentally walk into it and you feel all of these vibrational threads on you, that's what it feels like. That's what the omnipresent is. And our 3D experience, we just want to get it off us because it doesn't feel normal. It doesn't feel comfortable because we think that it's different than what we are. But that's the vibrational, we're calling in the vibrational field of the Holy Christ, which is all things. It's all that energy and consciousness that we emulate through our thoughts and through our words, and we're creating love and benevolence and play and joy. And why it's so important to know how we feel is so important. To really let go of what's not important, release past traumas and beliefs and wounds, and all of that daily self-care work is so important because it actually goes into those fields that we're all walking in, and why light workers like us are constantly working with the fields and consciousness and vibrational fields to send love and prayers and light to really bathe all that density and clear it away. And for the children just to play. And so the fairies were in there just saying, let us play, and the children were coming along too. So there's lots of beings and codes in there. So that activation was for allow you to wake up and activate what you're receiving and what you're sending. Just to be more aware of what you're sending, just to be more aware of what you're receiving, and listen to your intuitive bodies and your fields when it's saying it's time to move on. When your fields and your intuitiveness is saying that those gifts and those skills are also to assist others in their healing as well, because we have those gifts. Part of my gifts is medical intuitiveness, so that I'm picking up on what's going on in the fields around me, and I'm releasing it and transmuting it to golden white light. And so why we often have to feel, what they were showing me earlier, is that I have to pay really great more attention to my bodies and my fields and give myself far more rest and far more illumination in Gaia, because my fields would become would become overwhelmed with the sensitivity that I am able to pick up and attune, and it's used as a gift. So I must honor it and practice in keeping my body in greater reserve and Gaia threading and webbing, if you will, so that I can continue to press out and sense what I'm meant to sense out and bring it to earth as a field of play and wisdom. Because there's far more going on than I don't like. Again, I don't have words for what it is. So let's go to our cosmic. Yay! 1 and 2. Oh my gosh, I love this. One of my favorite cards, Ancestor. So our ancestors are constantly giving us messages, and you see all the faces in the mountains here. They're always constantly with us. Our ancestors are always helping us and guide us through our dreams. Sometimes our ancestors come to us in our dreams to play the characters that we need to sort out. Because sometimes when we're sorting out things in our life that are really challenging, and we have others that are we can't seem to resolve energies and issues with, they come to us through those characters because the vibration is loving and familiar to us, and that is easier for us to see the lesson in the experience that we're having with those people. So our ancestors help us in so many ways. They also help us they assist us more than any other one of our guides, to assist us in picking up on the synchronistic cues and stories in our environment, because they know us. They know us familially, they know us ancestrally, they know us that because we are meant to bring these ancestral energies, wisdoms, and stories back to now, so that we begin to thread it into something new. And all of our beingness can be transmuted into something great. Even in those moments where we're still healing those traumatic, say more challenging, even darker shadow energies, we can still transmute it and say, that's a part of me, I accept it and I honor it as a part of me, and now I choose to create in this way. You're constantly harmonizing in neutrality of the soup that you are. That neutrality means that you're not going to emotionally be pulled by anyone's story, but just have the excitement to be you as the expressive blessedness. And that creates within those fields of greatness. Because as your bodies open up and as all that you are opens up to those synchronicities, cues, and stories, they're all energetic vibrations, and it's a constant sending and receiving of information. So as you wake up through the DNA and all of your activations start coming online, you're going to start feeling and sensing into things that may are not comfortable. Someone walks in the room and you can sense what's in their field and it's just not comfortable. But to not attach to it, because that becomes that entanglement, but to allow your space and your vortex and your epicenter to be true and pure within who you are, so that you're allowing that story to be that story without judgment, without the demeaning of it because of how we are entrained by the ego. That's how we define ourselves outside of ourselves. It's either positive or negative, dark or light, all of those things. But mastery allows you just to be calm and present within your vortex and your epicenter. Know what your field feels like, know what your intuition is guiding you to, know what your story with source is. And that way you just remain neutral and you're not entangling with the energies that need to play out their story. And you're not necessarily having to fix anything. You're not necessarily having to make it right for anybody, but just allow that story to be that story. And that's really, really, that's a mastery experience. Some are on both ends of the spectrum. Like me, I was wanting to make it right for everybody and fix it all for everybody and giving my light away for everybody and giving it away for free. And yet I was left with nothing, absolutely nothing, because nobody was giving back to me. So that is a light worker, experience that we have to heal and know when to help out, when not to help out, what to give and how much to give, and allow everyone their soul's journey to work out what they need to work out. So that they get to know that, wow, I am strong. I can know my epicenter of light. I can tune into my spirit. I can know what my wisdoms and my truth is. That's how everybody delivers and designs their unique destiny for them, which is the most creative evolutionary experience that we're meant to. That's sovereignty, creative uniqueness through each soul, returning within. And they wanted to say one more thing about that. What did you want to say about that? Oh yes, on the other end of the spectrum was completely detaching and not doing anything and keeping yourself closed. So that is why that neutrality and staying within the center, to understand that everything is a soup and you will feel energies and frequencies, and you will see even experiences, because especially if you will be using your gifts to help others and heal others or the planet, then you will have to have the experience of feeling all things. And so know that and work that out with your teams. You will, as I was showing last year, having certain veils and experiences placed in and around me so that I wasn't overwhelmed when I was in public places, like having coffee at Starbucks, when you were able to sit there. I would go there, in the mornings, and I would sit there for 4 or 5 hours, and I would just test myself on how much I could sit and not take on the energies of those around me. And I would really practice building that epicenter, so that that no, that's not my vibration. These are my boundaries. You can't press on me like that. So that's practicing your field, your vortex, so that you understand if you do have high vibrational, highly sensitive gifts in your field, your auric field, your multidimensional systems, that you have the ability and the dominionship to know and feel into how to use your fields and your gifts, and not be, when you're in crowds, the energies of others just automatically start picking up and pulling on those fields of others that have a greater auric field. They're doing it even unknowingly. So there's not like they're doing it consciously. They don't know they're doing it, because that's just their practiced experience, because nobody has ever taught us from an early age of the sense of self that we are to gather our light from within. Because we've been giving our power away to every system of control through dogma and this, give your power and your worship away to all of these other things. No, give your power back to you, worship you, because that's where God is, that's where source is, that's where the creator is. Don't give your power away. The power belongs to you. You don't have to fix it for anybody. That's their job. You're here to be the fisher and show them how to fish, to be your greatest light, to be your greatest ancestral story. And so that's not on either way. You don't have to fix everybody, and you don't have to be completely shut off. Being right in the middle and being neutral, and just allow all that you are to speak to you and be that fluid, that movement and that malleability of the source. The other one that came up was see through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny. So again, those stories and those synchronicities, those symbols are those little sparks of energy, and the Vesica Pisces that we always talk about, the divine relationships. I'm so happy that they put this in this card. The Vesica Pisces that's in between, in that center point of the divine male, the divine female, the divine mother, divine father, that is the sacred child. That is, what am I here to explore, express, and create as the excitement of who I am? When you're just moving in excitement and just creating sounds and dancing, and however it is that you want to express yourself in creation, when you're doing it as the sacred child that you are, because we all know how much children love to play, you know, and my son tells me all the time, he's so adorable and he's so sweet. You know, he tells me all the time, he says, Mom, I never want to grow up. I don't want to grow up. Every grown-up looks so unhappy. And I said, you got it, man. Just stay young. Just keep being a kid. You know, don't be in a hurry. Get your toys out. You know, just be a kid. That's where your sacred evolution is. Be exploratory, be curious, be excited to be you. Pour everything that you are into your joys and your creative craft. That's how you evolve. And you'll always be aligned with spirit. You'll always say, yeah, spirit, that's me. That's who I am. And you get to write these beautiful new destinies for 2021. Who am I as the sacred child? What do I want to create? What am I really happy doing? What is my real happy point? And what is my real expression that I want to create for myself? What's my destiny? You know, who am I and why am I here? You know, how can I be curious about that and start planning 2021 as a curious, creative year? I want to explore all these different things because I know I have all these excitements that are coming to me in my dream, and I'm being sent symbols and I'm being sent stories and I'm seeing things just out of the blue. And you'll get to pick up on it and all of the beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was my bird family from the Pleiades saying that there is also the very many animals and totems that you work with that bring through stories of synchronicity and creativity for you to, again, explore who you are within the all. Thank you, holy nature animals and totems. We were going to bring them up today and I forgot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we wanted to pull a rune before we go. I'm trying to keep these really short. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. I am a conduit for Spirit in all ways. The purity of my heart, Holy Mother, Father, is to speak and be the conduit of the holy blessedness, that we are sacred and we are joy in all things. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Holy Gaia. Thank you, Gaia, speaking with us right now. She's so active with us right now. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, Gaia. And she's coming through to be a beautiful, wise mother. So here's the story that I'm getting. Here's the story that I'm getting. And this is from the heartbeat of Gaia. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, Gaia. And the gnomes and the pixies and the ones that just want to play with us so dearly. Thank you, Gaia. So I'm just seeing in this beautiful living room, in this beautiful house, and all the children are preparing themselves for the Christmas morning, and all the children are very excited, but it's not Christmas yet. And so this is Gaia coming through, and Gaia is showing me herself as this beautiful goddess and this beautiful mother that is walking through the house, and she's feeling the beautiful excitement of the children on what's coming next. It's coming next. It's coming next. And so she wants to let us know that they're saying, slow down, Joanna. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm working on my delivery because these energies sometimes move so quickly through me, and I need to ensure the vibrational stories get delivered. Thank you. How can we look forward to who we are becoming and how we can thread within the stories of all that is being offered? And this is how Gaia feels for us, is the excitement of what's to come, the excitement of what we unpack, the excitement of what we unravel, the excitement of who we are within every little gift that is offered. And we're saying, of course, those are metaphors and those are symbols of what we have known to be and why we carry some of the traditions that we do, because we've allowed ourselves at sometimes to be taken from the spirituality of all that we are, Gaia, the nature as a gift, and how we have turned it into the materialism of gifts. And that's fine. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, children. There is no judgment. But they are metaphors for what you have created in matter because of the consciousness level that you have been at. How can each and every gift that you open become a part of the spirit and the essence of your soul that is? What is inside of that gift, and how can it be the natural essence of who you are as the soul? May that gift open your oneness with the flowers. May that gift that you open be the oneness in song that is the harmonic of source. Do you see what we're saying, dear ones? You've created matter around the consciousness level that you have been at in your separation of who you are as spirit. You can unpack it all and still have the excitement and know that all that you create is valid and joyful and perfect and purposeful. And we're so excited to see what you unpack next, whether it be a true gift and whether it be a gift from your loving heart, whether it be a gift of just laying on Gaia and being happy and joyful with her. It's all a part of the journey, and Source Creator wants you to have all of it, wants you to experience it all. It's your traditions. It's meant to be there. And allow yourself to where these stories have come from vibrationally. when you were one with Gaia and you had that oneness in spirit, that you had that oneness with the flowers, you had that oneness with the songs of the forest. Do you see what we're saying, dear ones? It's all perfect. It's a beautiful bouquet. Oh my gosh, this is so lovely. It's a beautiful bouquet of what Source, the creators, give you, so that you can experience all that you are in remembrance of how powerful you are as creators. Wow. Thank you, Mother Father. Thank you, Mother Father. Thank you, Mother Father. Thank you, creators. Thank you, Gaia. So they're all showing the beautiful heavens and all of the councils that we don't have words for, because there is not a picture to encapsulate this beauty and this energy vibration of everyone being in such great excitement about what you will unpack and unravel for yourselves in your remembrance of who you are, Spirit. Thank you. And just like the excited parents in the other room that are all talking, and they're all excited about what the children will unwrap the next morning, in whatever way you celebrate your gathering and of your family. Thank you so much. And so the first, thank you, Spirit. The first one that we brought up was this, and this means protection. And the protection rune is it's a symbol of the elk, and the beautiful elk that run in our forests. And they allow us to understand the blessings and the sproutedness that comes up from this planet. And in every way that we're moving up and growing of who we are, and the sprout of who we are is something new, that we will always be protected by Source. And these to me remind me of the seed that just breaks out of the embryo, if you will, that sac, that it's sprouting up into something new, and we'll always have protection. And the antlers here that run on either side, it means our oneness with creation, and we're gathering all that we are as our oneness. We're gathering all that we are and saying, I'm one with you, Source, and I will grow, and I will branch out anew. And we'll always be protected in our growth. We'll always be protected in our expansiveness, no matter how weird and unusual it is, because those of us that are groundbreakers and mavericks, and we are the galactic gateway changers, we will be offering, and we will be co-creating, and we'll be stepping into and continually pressing out of those boxes for something new. And so we've got to be okay with and build that tough skin with those that don't accept us, with those that don't appreciate us, and with those that don't want anything to do with us, and build that thick skin, because it's all okay. It's a part of the journey. And know that we'll always be protected in whatever travels that are as unique and pure and within pure intention to play as who we are. The next one that came up is this, which, I was just talking about that. Thank you. Is the warrior rune. And let me just read this warrior rune. It's the victory of anything that we've ever been through, any cycle that we've been through. This means that you've had a successful journey. You've successfully completed this, and if we just come out of 2020, we all know that we've all gone through something that's been so traumatic and so dramatic and so amazing and all in one experience, because we've allowed ourselves to deepen who we are as spirit, the trichotomy of who we are, the trichotomy, yes, of the body, mind, and spirit, and deeply more experientially feeling into the spirit of who we are and releasing what no longer serves. And we're the warriors of that. We're the warriors of taking whatever is dark and dense and transmuting it, because we know we're light. No matter how many times we're broken, we will get back up. A guiding planet of Star, the Norse god, whose name also survives, who also survives in the name of Tuesday, and it's the guiding planet. So know that we are guided not only, and we're not only protected, but that in everything that we get back up and just return to our truth, that I'm not sure what's happening. I'm going to release what's not happening to Source Creator. I know there's a lesson and blessing within it. I'm going to surrender into it. I'm going to surrender, keep surrendering, keep allowing, keep surrendering, because that's how you build your undeniable strength in your oneness with Source Creator. You will always be guided and protected. This to me looks like a beautiful umbrella of Source Creator protecting you and guiding you from all outside forces that may or may not affect you in a negative or any other way, because it's all neutral. But as you keep surrendering and knowing that you are undeniably protected in oneness with Source, it's always positive. It will be, because you know that you're eternal. That's what is the eternal law of one is. You are infinite, you are eternal. You will always be protected. You will always go up. And that up is always like this. It's never straight up, but it's still on a spiral of moving up. Because you will get back up. You will have those moments that pull you back, and then you're going to move forward, and then because you get to recenter and say, no, this is who I am today. I am a warrior spirit today. I am a warrior spirit. I am aligned with Source Creator. My wisdom comes from above, and I will anchor it to Gaia, and I will have this playful moment of my divine relationship. And this one is beautiful. And this one is the rune of partnership. Thank you. I love this one. And those of us that are opening out to new sacred partnerships, I've had an experience of the last 5 years of moving through my personal family separation and moving through many family transitions and divorce and all of the journeys and the challenges that comes with vibrationally and mentally and physically and emotionally. And I'm absolutely ready to start new cycles of joy, new cycles of friendship and partnership, new friendships that are held within sacred soul tribe and sacred star mate relationships. And so this is a rune of partnership in all that we are becoming with spirit, as the soul, as friends, as tribe, as collectives. This is really important for our collective to start to rejoin and conjoin in a collective unity story. And as me personally, I'm excited to start to begin 2021 in excitement to seek in new partnerships that are loving and the sacred equality of up and down, right? That all are giving equally. And it is the Vesica Pisces. It's the giving and the receiving of equal. The partnership of sharing, the partnership of giving, the partnership of receiving, the partnership of up and above, heaven and earth. And that crucible is always the divine relationship through which all gather and all crisscross and say, this is who we are as a collective. How can we create greater partnership, unity, and oneness? And so this partner is a gift. And how beautiful is that? Because we can only learn, and we allow ourselves to expand and explore through the gift that is partnership. That's why God, source creator, all that we are, and why we have threaded with the soul partners, the karmic partners, all that we have experienced in all of our journey with source. And we can allow it great appreciation and great honor always. Every partnership allows us great honor and appreciation, because in everything we are always the students and the masters, helping one another, reflecting to one another what is needed, reflecting to one another what we need to let go of, to reflect to one another when to put those boundaries up and when to say enough is enough, when to stand in our power and say, that's not working for me anymore, whether to just allow someone to have their own unique experience while you're always in oneness. It doesn't matter that if you're moving in different cycles, especially when women want to go out and have their own life and they're stepping away from their family in unique and beautiful ways, that it doesn't mean that they're not there. That partnership never goes. Oneness is always there. But it's just going to look different. It's going to be in a new way, because that's what's needed for sovereignty. That's what's needed for each and every one of us to live our soul's destiny, and needs to be allowed, because each of us has a unique soul experience. And that Vesica Pisces will allow each and every person to maintain their highest and their best, to always maintain and sustain their highest vibration of who they are to become and be. And so the partnership is a gift. It's an offering from the gods and from the chiefs of loyal followers and loyal devotonists that practice, no matter how tough something gets, you're going to get back up and say, okay, what was the light that was held within that? What's that teaching me? And I'm going to face whatever that shadow or that inner child, that essence of me, that soul fragment, whatever it is, come forward and speak to me. What is the voice of this lesson? And how can I integrate it? How can I let go of that belief that doesn't serve me? And how can I integrate a new partnership of me? So your soul fragments and reintegrating that is a partnership. Not separating anything through judgment or denial or, suppressing what you don't want to face and what you don't want to know to be true. Allow it to come forward in its natural flow. Allow it to come forward and say, I'm ready to face you now. You're a partner with me. And what a difference experience, as opposed to letting the tower hit and then you're faced with a whole bunch of ego death and ego negativity, because the ego doesn't understand that spirit is actually, guiding the ship. And it's what's required for us to grow, because those ego beliefs are not held in truth. They're held in outdated systems that do not sustain in a higher vibrational light template and pattern. So we're very happy. Thank you so much for all of the light and all of the love that's been offered today. We thank you so much for being with us, and we love you so much. We love you so much. We love you so much. So just know that as you're opening your beautiful heart and just calling your teams and your guides, how can we play today? What are my synchronicities and symbols today for my highest destiny, for my renewal of my soul, for the renewal of my light, and for all that I am meant to be and become and play within, for the excitement of who I am as source. So I thank you so much, everybody. And know that your synchronicities and your symbols and your stories will always come to you. So take time to journal, take time to self-reflect, take time to contemplate who you are and why you're in this beautiful body experience, and your spirit essence is creating that matter for you. and you are creating it for you. So allow yourself to know you are a magician, you're a master, and we love you and we thank you. Bye.